Hey guys, what's up? This is Blaze the Movie Fan and it's time for another commentary video. This time I will be commenting on Just a Robot. Now before I dive in, I'm gonna give you some context. Just a Robot made 3 videos on the commentary community. You know, the community that I am a big part of and I'm passionate about. His first 2 videos on the commentary community were very good videos. He brought up legitimate issues with the commentary community and most of his points in those videos were very good points and legitimate. However, his 3rd video on the commentary community wasn't a very good video, and that's what I'm commenting on today. Now before any of you pointed out, yes, Spoonslayer has done a commentary on the same video, but the thing is, I have my own things to say about the video, and some of my points will be new points that Spoonslayer didn't bring up. Also, if I happen to repeat some of the points that Spoonslayer brought up, I assure you it's only a coincidence. Because all of the points that I'm using in this video are new points that I thought of on my own. Also, I would like to thank Nihilistic Snake, Crystal Colt and the Nation of Johnny K for going over the script of this video. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. A link to their channels is in the video description below. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive in.
I want to get somewhere with this channel, okay? I've wanted to do videos as a living for years now, and whether I want to admit it or not, commentaries are just not that huge of an appeal.
That's completely false. Commentaries have a huge appeal. Look at Leafius here and all the political commentators. The problem is you're a part of the worst commentary community out there. You guys complain about small issues from small YouTubers that no one cares about.
You say all we do is nitpick, yet I can name a lot of commentaries from the past 6 months where people were pointing out legitimate problems with the video. Scarlett Otaku made a video calling out somebody who doesn't fully understand Doodletones' situation. Doodletones pointed out how everybody was being biased towards Joshua. Star Marin Stars did a good job defending the cinematic Venom and pointed out how a lion guy was totally in the wrong in that situation. Spoonslayer called out someone who was being extremely biased towards Felicify, and he doesn't even like Felicify himself, and he also pointed out the shitty arguments that person had against Felicify. And lastly, Master TB10 called someone out who was being just as much of a bully as he was accusing the person he was covering of being. A link to all of those commentaries is in the video description below. You know what all of these commentaries have in common? They all have legitimate problems being brought up, and none of those problems are minor in the slightest. Therefore, it totally debunks your point that all commentators do is nitpick.
I can't ignore the fact that the CC just has a pretty negative connotation to it. Like, some people think about it and instantly get disgusted, whether it be because they hate how negative we can be, or they had a run-in with someone they didn't like. But I just want to have more of an appeal, you know?
Ryan, do you really think it's because you guys are negative? Tons of negative channels have gotten popular. Look at reviewers like Nostalgia Critic on his trailers and CinemaSins. They're doing extremely well and they're extremely negative. The problem isn't that you guys are negative. The problem is you guys just suck.
You know, I can say the same thing about the community that you love so much. There are many people who don't like the Armored Skeptic or Sargon Cart. I'm not one of these people. I personally think that they make great videos. But my point stands that there are people who don't like them. Kevin Logan and Libertarian Socialist Rants are 2 examples of people who really don't like Sargon Cart or Armored Skeptic. Furthermore, if the people in the commentary community were as awful as you say they were, then how come most of of their videos have more likes than dislikes. In fact, I see a lot of commentaries with at least 80 likes. Now, of course, I'm not saying that you're wrong for your opinion. If you still don't like the commentary community, that's fine, you're entitled to your opinion. But it still shows that they are more respected than you give them credit for.
Remember my hour-long Pokemon video where I responded to every commentator who made a video on me?
When I made that video, I didn't comment on it, so I didn't wanna keep the drama ongoing. So I wanted it to die. But now I don't give a fuck anymore, so I'm gonna explain to you why I don't like that particular video. That video is, in my opinion, one of the worst commentaries of 2016. The main problem I have with the video is the fact that you felt the need to respond to fucking everybody who commented on your Pokemon commentary. Why is that a bad thing? Because it really shows how much you hate criticism. And when you covered Dirtbag Redden, all you did was damage control it, and you even called him a liar at one point.
One by Joshua, whose speech impediment is so bad I can't understand him.
Some of you might be thinking, you're bringing up old drama. Yeah, but I don't care. Basically, my commentary on Dirtbag Redden could have been better. Anyways, let us dive in.
I am so sick of this fucking bullshit. It's not hard to understand what Joshua is saying. In fact, I have no issue understanding what he's saying. All you have to do is to fucking listen. Yes, he does have a speech impairment, but guess what? He can't fucking help it. And I'm just gonna be blunt here. Saying that you can't understand him is a very dick move.
Hey, how's it going? Do you never want to make a living off of YouTube? Do you want to make tiny nitpicks that no one cares about? Do you want to live in constant fear that a giant YouTuber will come out of nowhere and attack you? Do you want a chance to end up on Encyclopedia Dramatica? Well then join the commentary community!
Yeah, it's not like the members of the community that you love so much have an Encyclopedia Dramatica article. Oh wait, they fucking do!
Now a commentator by the name of Ponders did a video on me in Nihilistic Snake. And out of all the videos I have seen done on me by the Neo commentary community, this one was by far the best. Which is not saying a lot. Basically I'm saying it wasn't completely terrible, and she made a few good points.
You might think I'm gonna let you scot-free because you could take criticism from Ponder's Brocket. But no, it only proves that you can't take criticism from this one particular person. It doesn't change the fact that you can't take criticism for the most part. Which is pretty pathetic.
If you're wondering if I think black borders matter, I actually do. My video looks a lot better like this than if it looked like this.
Weird, it's almost like presentation matters.
I never said it didn't. What I did say was that I care more about the argument than how the video looks or sounds.
That must be why you nitpicked Joshua's voice earlier on in the video, fucking hypocrite.
But to make an entire video about one mistake and make a hashtag about it too, just seems a little bit sad to me. Couldn't you just point this mistake out in a comment, or tell Doodle over Skype?
Yep, he could! It's almost like people don't generally make videos exclusively to point this out, and this is a particular situation because nobody else on the CC has done this. Probably made even weirder by the fact that Skihound's apparently in with the alt-CC to bow, but what the fuck ever.
Yeah, but back when he made that mistake, he wasn't. A ton of people in the alt-CC used to be a part of the neo-CC, so of course they have made mistakes in the past. But it doesn't matter, because that's in the past.
Past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah! You see? So what are you going to do?
If he made that mistake in the alt-CC, that would be a completely different story.
Alright, Just a Robot, let me ask you a perfectly legitimate question. How do you know they won't do these things anymore now that they are part of the alt-CC? The reason why I'm asking this question is because you brought up no convincing arguments that they won't do these things anymore.
But even if he did make that mistake while he was in the alt-CC, I still would call him out for it.
Which makes your previous point completely fucking pointless.
Also, thanks to the creation of the alt, now the Neo-CC knows that if it's going to go after someone small and gang up on him just because he disagreed with one of the bigger members, the alt-CC will be right there to help that person out. So now the Neo knows that they can't get away with that shit anymore.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe those people have legitimate reasons to go after those people who criticize the bigger members of the CC? It's hard to make a good commentary on someone who is respected in the CC. I should know because I have made many commentaries like that in the past, and very few of them were actually good. These people don't gang up on someone, they have legitimate issues with the video, and that's it.
That's one of my favorite things about the alt-CC, the diversity of opinions. We do disagree on a lot of things, but one thing we all agree on is that a hive mind mentality is bad.
They've got a hive mind. No, they've got a hive mind. No, it's them.
I didn't say the Neo had a hive mind. I just said that the alt didn't have a hive mind.
When you say the alt-CC has a hive mind, what the hell do you expect people to interpret it as? Of course people are gonna assume that you're implying that the CEC has a hive mind. If people come to the conclusion, it's on you for your poor wording. Furthermore, you can't stop a hive mind since it's in human nature.
That's one thing I do like about the commentary community, the amount of free thinkers it has. A lot of them can admit when they're wrong, and they do the best they can to learn from their mistakes. The only problem is they're a bunch of terrible YouTubers who are taking advice from other terrible YouTubers.
The bias sure is strong with this one. Seriously, I fucking get it. You don't like the commentary community. At this point, it seems to me like you are struggling to find problems with it. And that's exactly the reason why this video is so awful. And it also feels to me like you're trying to force it down people's throats that you don't like the commentary community.
Is there certain rules for this commentator community? Like you don't betray your own member by doing a commentary on that member. Are you supposed to have a certain political standpoint?
It doesn't matter what your political standpoint is. And just because you're a part of the same group as I am, doesn't mean I won't talk about you. For example, Ski Hound is a part of the alt-CC, but I still talked about him.
Weird. What a novel concept. Can't imagine another community that does commentaries who might do the same thing.
That's awesome, I never said they didn't. This is kind of like working in a fast food place and a guy walks in and says, "Hey, do you sell deep-fried gears?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we do." And then a guy from another fast food store yells out, "Oh, what a novel concept! I can't think of another store that sells deep-fried gears."
This analogy makes absolutely no sense. I mean, seriously, what the hell are you even rambling on about?
I will now be talking about, Yankee Doodle Dandy tones. A common criticism I do hear about the alt-CC is we talk about doodle tones too much, and I somewhat agree. But the thing is, Doodle Tones is one of the most popular members in the Neo-CC. She's pretty much the face of the Neo-CC at this point.
Yeah, okay, if you say so.
When people think of your group, the first person that pops into their head is Doodle Tones. Just like when people think of Channel Awesome, the first person to pop into their head is Nostalgia Critic. And if Doodle Tones is not the first person to pop into your head, then who is it? Ryan, who hasn't made a commentary in forever? Dirtbike Redden, who hasn't made a commentary in forever? Or is it Youngblood, who hasn't made a commentary in forever?
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the reason why they don't make commentaries on a frequent basis is because they are busy with real life? I mean, seriously, real life is far more important than the internet. Furthermore, just because they don't make a commentary every fucking week doesn't make them any less noteworthy of commentators. I mean, seriously, this is such a poorly made argument.
Most of them use an avatar from an anime, cartoon, or video game, and they usually change their avatar a lot. like every video. In fact, sometimes they change their avatar during the video.
Match up with the theme, I'm going to be using Sans as my avatar, so let's get right into this today on DHT.
Okay, first of all, that whole Dylan changing avatars in the middle of a video thing. Yeah, he did that when he was a part of the Neo-CC. Doesn't really count.
Will you please shut the fuck up already about how these people won't do these things anymore because they are now in the LCC? Again, you haven't made a convincing argument that they won't do these things anymore.
One of the things that made me hate the LCC much more than the Neo-CC is how they reacted to my criticisms of their pathetic group. And I'm going to be using an example. I'm going to be using one example here, one member, but this is a prominent member of the LCC, so as far as I'm concerned, my example is actually valid. Dylan Thomas recently made a very crappy response to Ponder Sprocket.
Yeah, but Megadup, Doodle Tones also made a crappy response video to you. Oh wait, I forgot, she disowned the video, so it doesn't count. Well, if disowning your video means you can't be criticized, then I disown this video. There, now no one can do a response to me, apparently.
When the hell did he even say that? At no point in any of his videos did he ever say anything even remotely close to that. You're just talking out of your ears at this point.
For those of you who are unaware, many Alt-CC members got onto my stream and started spamming a lot of useless nonsense. Basically to the point where I actually got salty in said stream, and I do not mind admitting that I got salty. For those of you who don't know, I have a very strict no spam policy on my stream. You can say whatever you want, I don't care how you say it, doesn't matter, but you cannot go on my stream and start spamming a lot of stuff. That is against the rules as far as I'm concerned.
Here's some friendly advice. Making rules for how people are supposed to act on your stream only makes people want to break those rules. You're basically saying, please, oh please, troll me.
There's actually a very simple solution to that. Ignore the trolls. If you ignore them enough, they will get bored and go away. Now it's time for my overall thoughts. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I did like your first two rants on the CC, since you brought up legitimate issues with the CC. But with this video, it felt to me like you were struggling to find problems with the commentary community, and your bias was also very strong in this video. I mean, seriously, I fucking get it. You don't like the commentary community. There was no need to make a third video about the commentary community. With that being said, I have nothing against you, just a robot. In fact, I enjoy most of your videos, and I hope that you don't make a video as bad as this one again. Well guys, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching and have a great day.